Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय। श्री श्री विजय गौरंग दयालता की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनश्लाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णापादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताञ्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today, reading from Transcendental Diary, Travels with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, November 1975 to April 1976, by Hari Sauridasa. We are in Sridham Mayapur, February 9th, 1976. On his morning walk, Prabhupada explained that the Varnashrama system is not necessary for our ISKCON society. It is a material arrangement. When one chants the holy name and performs devotional service, one immediately rises above that platform, like using a lift instead of stairs. However, as long as some bodily concept is present, Varnashrama is useful and it can be utilized. He talked about various aspects of the Vedic social system and told us that his mother was married at age 8. He gave a few examples of others who were married while as young as 5 years. In such child marriages, the couples would live separately until the girl reached puberty. Then they lived together at the boy's parents' house. Prabhupada's own wife was 11 at the time of their marriage. At the age of 13, she moved in with his family, and at 14 she gave birth. He said the social system for getting girls married was so strict that in one shastra it says if a girl is not married by the first menstrual period, then the father has to eat the menstrual liquid. Everyone winced at the thought. Prabhupada explained that, of course, that is not to be taken literally, but it was meant to stress the importance of properly protecting the girls. By marrying the girls before puberty, they would naturally become attached to their husbands and remain faithful throughout their lives. Thus, their chastity was preserved and there was no disturbance in society. Prabhupada said that in our ISKCON society, however, getting married is not so important. That's, that's because life becomes perfect by serving Krishna. He is the real husband. It is very pleased to give Prabhupada his massage out on the roof. He has me place his sitting mat on a large wooden table about the size and height of a bed. This provides me just enough room to maneuver around, while Prabhupada sits contentedly in the warm rays of the sun. On completion of the massage, he bathes outside in his gamcha, sitting on a chonki, washing off the oil with warm water from a brass bucket. Then he retires inside the room to dress, eat lunch, and rest. Srila Prabhupada ki. So here, when we are so much elevated in Krishna consciousness, that is sufficient. But until unless if we are not that one, follow the regulative principle and stick to the principle. That really help us to grow in our Krishna consciousness. In olden days in India, basically women like they used to get married at the age of, as mentioned Srila Prabhupada, 8, 9, 10, 11. After that, just they get married and the girl stay with her mother only, so that she learn everything, and she also connected to the husband. So husband also become very responsible instead of just going and playing outside. So he also thinks that yes, now I got a wife, I should be responsible, I should have proper income to feed and the wife also. So in that way they used to arrange the marriage life like that one and beget the children. So at the age of before 25 only, they used to get all the children. Their focus only how to raise the children. When we are getting not married until 30, 35, what to speak of raising the children in Krishna consciousness. So it's recommended that one, and mainly in Indian ISKCONs, mainly they said that you have to get early marriage, like 25 only it is the right time to get married. If not, try to take the suggestions from mentors. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today is Shivaratri.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. So, I would like to speak little bit on the glories of Lord Shiva before starting Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. So, who is Lord Shiva? Nimnaganam yata Ganga, Devanam Achyuto yata, Vaishnavanam yata Shambhu, Puranam idam tata. Nimnaganam yata Ganga. What is the top, like a very sacrifice water, like river, which is Mother Ganga, and Devanam Achyuto yata. So there is no one equal to Lord Krishna. Deva, he is the top of all the gods. Achyuta. And Vaishnavanam yata Shambhu. So after among all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the topmost or first preference in the eyes of Krishna. And Puranam idam tata. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost literature in the Puranas. So Krishna has all opulences. In this world, even though we have all the opulences, richness, beauty, power, strength, if we do not have seed of devotion towards to Krishna, it is useless, and these material possessions will not or cannot attract Krishna attention. So, Sri Prahlad Maharaj says that Manne Dhanabhijana Rupa Tapa Srutaujas Tejaha Prabhava Bhala Paurusha Buddhi Yoga नाराधनाय हि भवन्ति परस्य पुंसो bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutapaya. So, like Prahlad Maharaj saying that dhana means money, Lakshmi. Abhijana means taking birth in an aristocratic family. Rupam, Hare Krishna. I am asking you, Rupam means like beauty. Yes. And Shruta. Shruta, yes, learning, knowledge in the Vedic Shastras. And Tapa, very good. Shrut and Voja, sensory prowess. Tejaha, bodily effulgence. Like when senior devotees, like when we are practicing seriously Krishna consciousness, sometimes we look at the devotee says that, look at his face, how effulgent. When Srila Prabhupada was dancing in London streets, even the police guards also saying that, look at that person, he is shining like anything. Like that. Prabhava, influence. Bhala, bodily strength. Paurusha, diligence. Buddhi, intelligence. Yoga, mystic power. Aradhyana, for satisfying. So if we have all these things, but if you do not have any devotion towards Lord Krishna, these are all waste. And here Srila Prahlad Maharaj saying that even though like they don't have, for example, he mentioned that Gajendra, he is not very well educated, all these things, but he completely surrendered to Krishna. Nive tappa nitah parambarunga. So, oh my dear Lord, I don't know anyone other than you. I am surrendering you completely. Please come and save from this crocodile. Immediately, Lord came. So, and one more thing is, Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned that Vyadasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka kubjaya kimmu nama rupam adikam kim tat sudamno dhanam vamshah ko vidurasya yadava pater ugrasya kim paurusham bhaktya tusyati kevalam nacha gunair bhakti priyo madhava. So many people says that I am practicing Krishna consciousness for many years. For example, I am almost 9 years in the Hare Krishna movement. But I had never seen Krishna like Prahlad Maharaj or Dhruva Maharaj. Because what they have very strong devotion towards to Krishna. Because of that only Krishna appeared very easily to them. And only, as I mentioned before, if you have all these opulences or material possessions are the qualifications to see Krishna, then what type of education Gajendra had? Gajendra didn't complete any PhD. But how Krishna appeared in front of him? Only complete surrenderness. And Kubja, if Krishna is appearing only to the people who are beautiful, then what is the beauty of Kubja? Who is Kubja? Mansuka Prabhu? Niko Prabhu? Kubja? Rishabh Prabhuji? Who is Kubja? Hari Bol. John Prabhu, Kubja? Yeah, that, yes, in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in Vrindavan. Who has the hump? That is Kubja. If only for the beautiful people Krishna will appear, then what is the beauty of Kubja? But Krishna appeared for us. And only money is the matter. What type of Lakshmi Sudama had? Only rich people can Krishna, then Sudama? He does not have any Lakshmi. But Krishna cleaned his feet and took this chipud rice from him. Vamsha ko vidurasya. So if you want, only Krishna want to see for the people who born in the highest families, what is the birth of Vidura? He is a Dasi Putra. But still, Duryodhan made a big arrangements, cooked many things, invited Krishna, but Krishna had never went there, and he went to Vidura house and took the banana, eating the peel only, throwing the banana fruit basically. And only Paurisham, I will give the darshan to the only people who have diligence. Then what is the Ugrasena Maharaj? His name is Ugrasena, but he is not that much of very strong. But he also got the mercy of Krishna. So, Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned here that Bhaktya tusyati kevalam nacha gunair bhakti priyo Madhava. So, whoever have this devotion toward the Lord, for them only it easy to understand Krishna, and Krishna exchange all these things with them. So now the importance of once upon a time, like Bhishma Dev, he was lying on the bed which are made up of with arrows, and Bhishma Dev was speaking with Yudhishthir, King Yudhishthir. So on the day of Shivaratri, he narrated the story that what happened in Mahabharata time. So Chitrabhanu Maharaj was fasting with his wife on the day of Shivaratri. So at that time, Ashtavakra Muni came. He asked, "What are you doing? What are these arrangements? All these things." They told that, "My dear Ashtavakra Muni, I know I have the ability to remember my previous life." So Ashtavakra Muni asked, "What was that?" So in that one, I was a hunter named as Sushvara. Swara means voice. Su means very good. So with his beautiful voice, he used to attract the animals, he used to kill them. So one day he entered into the very dense forest. Basically, he used to kill 3-4 animals or something to take them to the home. But on that day of Shivaratri, he killed only one deer only. He was not satisfied. Oh, one deer. Even this deer is not sufficient for my kid. How I can feed all the family? One, one deer means it's a very big amount. But he was not satisfied. So, and he forgotten the way how to get out of from this forest. So he took the deer and he kept it on the tree, and he also climbed the tree, and he was searching, and where I am now exactly, is there any way to go out from the forest? It was very rainy, thundering. So he was so lamented. Oh, today I am not able to give food to my family. So in that way he was weeping. But he didn't know that under the tree there was Shivalinga. So whatever the tree he climbed, it was the Bilva tree. Tulasi is very dear to Krishna, and Bilva is dear to Shiva. So he took some Bilva leaves and he is throwing like that one. And he was weeping with that tears. He did the Abhishek with his tears. So that day after that, the night completed, he went to the home. So when he went to the home, after that he continued his life like that one only. At the time of death, the Shivadutas came. Oh my dear Sushvara, congratulations that Lord Shiva granted you that your stay at Kailash. He told that I had never done any Shiva puja. How it come? You did it. One day you did abhishek with your tears and bilva letter leaves also. So he remembered and he stayed there. After staying some years or many celestial years, he came back. He came back to the earth as an Chitrabhanu Maharaj. So he mentioned that I have done this uh, unintentionally. I didn't know that there was Shivalinga, all these things. But just with this attempt, I reached the Kailasha. Now, I want to do this thing with fasting on the day of Shivaratri with intentionally or deliberately. So, what type of benefit I can get when you do fasting on Shivaratri and executing some devotional service to Krishna? That. So, here the greatness of Shiva is nobody can say that. Like there are many acharyas or many, for example, in ISKCON society, when you call as Shiva, people some extent they are neglecting. Oh, he is like demigod. We just only bow down to Krishna and Radha. Do you think? Whatever the risky task wanted to perform Krishna, immediately first to chosen person is Lord Shiva only. When Samudra Mantana Leela, when it was happening, the big, like, so one time Narada went to Kailasha. He started to glorifying Lord Shiva. My dear Lord Shiva, you are so dear to Krishna. You can give the transcendental love for the Krishna. Like if we pray to you, you can give the transcendental love for Krishna for us. So in that way, he was glorifying Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva didn't accept and became angry. Look, Narada, you are glorifying me. Basically, I am not at all dear to Lord Krishna because I stay in crematorium places, burial places where people died and burned. I always apply ashes, and my body has some snakes on my neck. And how I will be very dear to Krishna? Here, Narada is trying to make that Lord Shiva is dear to Krishna, and Krishna is saying that, like Lord Shiva is saying that no, I am not at all dear to Krishna. But when it is happening Samudramanthan Leela, when the complete this poison was burning the entire universes, only Krishna selected Lord Shiva only, no other one else. He took that poison, he drank. He didn't drank it. Why? He thought that inside my heart Krishna is there. No, I don't want to burn that one. So keep my that poison in my throat only. So he put that one. And one time Krishna asked him, like, go and preach this Mayavada philosophy. Lord Shiva requested, my dear Krishna, please look for some other one. Always you give this type of task to me only. And he came as a Shankaracharya. He preached this Mayavad philosophy like you are Brahman, you are a Brahma, you are Shiva, like that. But at the end, he had, even though he executed the Krishna's order very nicely, at the end of the day or end of his life, he had written Bhajagovindam. Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhaja Moodamate, Samprapte Sannihiti Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukkrun Karne. Oh, my dear scholar, you are trying to learn so much of Sanskrit. At the time of death, these Sanskrit jugularly words cannot help you. Why don't you chant Govinda? So he mentioned like Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevala. Kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. In that way, He also mentioned, please chant the Govinda name, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhajamudamate. And one more thing in the Bhaja Govindam, he said that Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram, Deyam Sripati Rupamajasram, Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam, Deyam Dina Janaya Chavittam. So one more thing, Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram. Why don't you chant the name of the Lord, Vishnu or Rama? Here, if you chant Rama one time, it is equal to 1,000 times of Vishnu. Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. So, if you chant the name of Lord Ram 1 or 3 times, it is equal to 1,000 times of name Vishnu. Why don't you chant? And he mentioned that Dheyam Sripati Rupamajasram. The goal of our life is to be to serve the Lord Krishna. Sripati. Sri means Lakshmi. Pati means husband of Lakshmi, Lord Vishnu. So that is the goal of our life, to serve them. And Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam. Why don't you take the association of devotees? Sajjana Sange Chittam. It is really helpful. Many times there are fall downs in the career in Krishna, people who are following Krishna consciousness. Only just when they diverted it from the association of devotees only. When you are, even though if you are making some small mistakes or something, but still when you are with the devotees, your practice of Krishna consciousness is going very fast, will go very fast. Otherwise, it is very difficult when you stay alone. Like many people says that in India, mainly Radhesham Prabhu mentioned, it is the only duty of a person who is practicing Krishna consciousness, staying with the devotees. For example, in Mumbai trains, railway trains, they are completely packed with the people. What is your duty? Just stay at the line. You don't need to get into the train. Just behind the people of you, they will push you. Automatically, you will get into the train. So that is the importance of devotee association. And in some great Acharya mentioned glorification of Shiva in his Vishwanatashtakam, like Ganga Taranga Ramaniya Jata Kalapam Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vama Bhagam Narayana Priya Mananga Madapaharam Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanadham. So here they are glorifying that whose matted hair forming a beautiful bundle and is a beautifully decorated with the streams of river Ganga. Ganga Taranga. Taranga means streams of what we call waves, something like that. Yeah, streams. Ramaniya Jata Kalapam. Jata means Lord Shiva has a bundle of hairs. In that hair, Mother Ganga swirls like that, streaming like that one. I don't know how to explain. Like that. And Gauri Nirantara Vibhushita Vama Bhagam. So Mother Parvati always be half of part of the Lord Shiva. And Narayana Priya Mananga Madapaharam. And Narayana Priya, he is the very dearmost devotee to the Lord Krishna, Narayana. And Mananga Madapaharam mentioned that who destroyed the pride of Ananga, the lusty god. One time when he was trying to shoot Lord Shiva with the lusty desire arrows, when he was meditating, just he opened the eyes, he became ash. So once again Mother Parvati requested him that please give once again life to this person. Mother, are you able to follow or not? Okay, bro. I will try to speak little bit slowly. Yeah, sorry, because of my accent and my speed, it goes very fast. in this world, when we have many things, people always get puffed up. But here, the Lord Shiva is mentioning that Swayam Mahesha, Swasuro Nagesha, Sakha Dhanesha, Tanaya Ganesha, Tatapi Bhikshatanameva, Shambruva Liyase, Kevala Mishwarecha. So he himself is the head of the demigods, and his father-in-law is head of the mountains. Mother Parvati name, another name is Himavati. The Himavati means the daughter of Himalayas. So his father-in-law is the head of the Himalayas, mountains, and his Saka, Kubera. Everybody wants to have a friend who is very rich. His friend is Kubera, and his son Ganesha, who is the head of troops. And still what he is doing? He is sitting under the tree and meditating upon the Lord Krishna. If we have these, Sri Sri Vijay Gauranga Dayal ki Jai. If we have these many things, people automatically puffed up. But even though he has beautiful wife, richness, very father-in-law who is the king of mountains, all these things he has, but still he is meditating and sitting under the tree. So one time Mother Parvati asked, "My dear Lord Shiva, look, I am the daughter of mountains, but still I am staying with you. Why don't you create a kingdom or palace for us?" So just by thought, he created a palace. So he invited the Brahmanas. He had fed them with prasadam, all these things, and he have given the charity also. The Brahmana who stood at the last, he was observing the palace, how nice it is, all these things. At the end, the Brahmana asked, "I would like to have this palace. Why don't you give this one?" Immediately Lord Shiva gave that one, and once again came back and sat under the tree and doing tapasya and meditating on the Lord Krishna.
What did Parvati say?
Just sitting and following husband.
One more time.
So that's why here, when in Vrindavan also we have Gopeshwar Mahadev. How many knows that? Who is Gopeshwar Mahadev? Okay. So he is the gatekeeper of this Vrindavan and the gatekeeper for this Rasa dance of Krishna. And here, mainly when we approach Lord Shiva, I think in one of the acharyas mentioned that we have to recite this prayer. Try to please recite this prayer with me. So, Vrindavana Vanipate Jaya Soma Soma Maule Sanaka Sanandana Sanatana Naradedya Gopishwara Vraja Vilasi Yugangri Padme Prema Prayacha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. The meaning of this sloka written by Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami, or I don't know exactly Acharya, he mentioned that, "O gatekeeper of Vrindavana, O Soma, all glories to you. You whose forehead is decorated with the moon and who is worshipable to the sages headed by Sanaka, Sanandana and Narada. O Gopishwara, desiring that you bestow upon me pure love for the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Krishna, who perform joyous pastimes in Vrindavan Dham, in Vrajadam. I offer my obeisances unto you again and again. So, even whatever the benediction which is offered by Lord Shiva, he intentionally put some loopholes. For example, in the case of Jayadratha, Jay, Jay, Jayadratha was a brother-in-law for the Duryodhana. He married to the sister of Dushyala, the sister of Duryodhana. Her name is Dushyala. So one time the demons told that Jayadratha, now the Pandavas are not with Draupadi, they went to forest. Why don't you go and take her? So he went there because he should treat her like mother, but he approached her. He was trying to pull her and he took her on the chariot. He is going back to home, like going back to home. So immediately the Pandavas got the information that Jayadratha took Draupadi and they are leaving. So immediately Arjuna and Bhima ran and they stopped Jayadratha. So Bhima was so angry. Immediately they took to the Yudhishthira. So Yudhishthira, it is not my problem. It is the problem of Draupadi. Tell Draupadi what we have to give him as a punishment. Draupadi, as usual, merciful. She told that just leave him because Dushyala is sister to the Pandavas as well. So if you kill, then Dushyala throughout her life has to be widow and cry. Because of that, Draupadi told that just leave that one. But they were so angry. They approached Krishna, my dear Krishna. He did this blunder, very big mistake. What we have to do? Krishna told that instead of killing him, make 5 times the hair patches like that. So they did like that. So the Jayadratha became felt very humiliated. So he did lot of austerity to please Lord Shiva. After performing many days of this austerity, Lord Shiva appeared and asked him, what can I do for you? He told that I want to uh, defeat the Pandavas in Kurukshetra. He told that you can do for the except Arjuna, you can do these things to remaining people like Nakula, Sakadeva, Yudhishthira, and Bhima, except Arjuna. So he asked that I should not be killed by these people. He had given a benediction that only you will be died when your father throw your head from his hand. And Jayadratha thought that why my father will throw my head on the floor. So you know all these things that Arjuna severed the head of the Jayadratha and directly it went to the hands of Jayadratha's father, where he was offering the water to the Lord Surya. So when he saw that one, immediately he left that one. So in that way, Jayadratha died. So whatever benediction which is offered by Lord Shiva, definitely he intentionally put the loophole so that the demons will die. Otherwise, it is very difficult to kill them. And they become problematic to Krishna. For example, Shalva also. Shalva performed many years of austerity. Just he used to eat only 1 hand of ash per day. By performing this activity, Lord Shiva appeared. He asked, "What do you need? I want to have an airplane where nobody can stop that airplane, having all arrows and all these things." like that one. So the demon Mayadanava started the built this airplane. So he tried to attack the Yadu dynasty. Nobody stopped that one. Finally, Krishna had to come. He released the Sudarshan Chakra and he killed that one. So what it why? Because he gives the some loopholes for his benedictions, mainly to stop at one point. He, for example, if you see Ravana pleased the Lord Shiva, but at the end he didn't ask that I should how can I say, I should not be killed by all the animals, all demigods, all these things, but except humans. He forgot to ask humans. He thought that what humans can do for me, I am very strong. No human can do, no human can kill me. So in that way, Lord Ram came to kill him, Ravana. So one time, many people says that in the Shankaracharya philosophy, they say that Lord Shiva is the supreme personality of Godhead. And one time, you know Rameshwar in the South India, where Lord Ram was trying to build a bridge. Before that one, he established the Shivalinga, that is in the Rameshwaram. So the demigods. So the demigods started to saying that Lord Ram and Shiva both are equal. Immediately Lord Shiva came out from that Shivaling and told that you are foolish. Lord Ram is my God. So from that day onwards, it came as Rama Ishvara. Rameshwara we call it as now. So today that I wanted to share this about the glories of Lord Shiva, and if you would like, you can share some of your thoughts. If not, then I will read further Srimad Bhagavatam.
I would just like to add, there is one Shivashkam I got to know from Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang 8 shlokas to glorify Shiva. If you get time, I shared yesterday in Gauradesh family groups. It's a beautiful 8 shlokas by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please.
Yeah, sure.
Please. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, could you please give the English Bhagavatam? ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Chapter 6th, Canto 6th, Chapter 5th, Narada Muni cursed by Prajapati Daksha, verse number 12. Eka eveshwarasturyo. 16?
Yeah.
Rule Prabhu told 12. सृष्टि अप्यय करीमायाम वेलाकुलांत वेजिताम मत्तस्यताम अविज्ञस्य किम असत् कर्मभिर्भवेत् सृष्टि अप्यय करिमायां वेलाकुलांत वेजितां मत्तस्य ताम् अविज्ञस्य किम् असत्कर्मभिर्भवेत् सृष्टि अप्यय करिमायां वेलाकुलांत वेजितां मतस्य ताम् अविज्ञस्य किम् असत्कर्मभिर्भवेत् प्रभु जी सृष्टि अप्यय करिमायां वेलाकुलांत वेजितां मत्तस्य ताम् अविज्ञस्य किम् असत्कर्मभिर्भवेत् सृष्टि अप्यय करिमायां वेलाकुलांत वेजितां मत्तस्य ताम् अविज्ञस्य किम् असत्कर्मभिर्भवेत् माता जी सृष्टि अप्यय करिमायां वेलाकुलांत वेजितां मत्तस्य ताम् अविज्ञस्य किम् असत्कर्मभिर्भवेत् सृष्टि अप्यय करिमायां वेलाकुलांत वेजितां मत्तस्य ताम् अविज्ञस्य किम् असत्कर्मभिर्भवेत्. Translation. Narad Muni had said that there is a river flowing in both directions. The Haryasvas understood the purport of this statement. Material nature functions in two ways, by creation and dissolution. Thus, the river of material nature flows both ways. A living entity who unknowingly falls in this river is submerged in its waves, and since the current is swifter near the banks of the river, he is unable to get out. What will be the benefit of performing fruitive activities in that river of Maya? Purport. One may be submerged in the waves of the river of Maya, but one may also get free from the waves by coming to the banks of knowledge and austerity. Near these banks, however, the waves are very strong. If one does not understand how he is being tossed by the waves, but simply engages in temporary fruitive activities, what benefit will he derive? In Brahma Samhita, there is this statement Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shaktir Eka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Bibharti Durga. The Maya Shakti, Durga, is in the charge of Srishti Sthiti Pralaya, creation and dissolution, and she acts under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. When one falls in the river of nations, he is always tossed here and there by the waves, but the same Maya can also save him when he surrenders to Krishna or becomes Krishna conscious. Krishna consciousness is knowledge and austerity. A Krishna conscious person takes knowledge from the Vedic literature, and at the same time he must practice austerities. To attain freedom from material life, one must to take Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, if one is very busily engages in the so-called advancement of science, what benefit will he derive? If one is carried away by the ways of nature, what is the meaning of being a great scientist or philosopher? Mundane science and philosophy are also material creations. One must understand how Maya works and how one can be realized from the tossing waves of river of nations. That is one's first duty. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here Srila Prabhupada mentioned that one can be realized, one must understand how Maya works and how one can be released from the tossing waves of the river of nations. That is one's first duty. What is duty? Dharma. So, dharma is knowing the supreme truth, supreme personality of Godhead. What differentiate an animal and a human? Prabhuji? Mhm. What are the same things different between humans and animals? Ahara nidra bhayamaitunancha. So eating, sleeping, mating and defending, these are all same things. Samanyametat pasubir naranam. So these are same for the animals and humans. Dharmo hitesha adhiko vishesho dharmena hinaha pasubhi naranam. If one a human who is getting a human form of body, if he is not able to understand what is the supreme, who is the supreme personality of Godhead, and what is my duty, then he is equal to an animal. So here Maya is the, as mentioned, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya, creation and dissolution. In the case of Jada Bharat, basically when if a person is not surrendering to Krishna, Maya will show his lot more power on him, because somebody turns away from Krishna, immediately Maya they pull him and she will throw in the ocean of nations. But one who surrenders, she is also ready to give protection. In the case of Jada Bharat, when one king of dacoits took the Jada Bharat and he wanted to offer as a sacrifice to Mother Kali, immediately, even though he is a devotee of Mother Kali, immediately she chopped the head of those people who are trying to kill the Jada Bharat, because he is completely surrendered to Krishna and he is devotee of Lord Krishna. Because of that, he got the protection from the Kali. So in this way, for example, in many times, in West Bengal, many people offended the mother, like offended the Vaishnavas, but still Mother Kali or Parvati, in their dreams, she gave the signal or she spoke with them that you have offended the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas who are really dear to the Krishna, and those are also really dear to me. So don't try to offend any Vaishnavas. So if whatever Krishna likes, Mother Durga or Maya also likes. So when you are trying to please Krishna, Mother Durga or Parvati, they also pleased with that one. But if you are not trying to please Krishna, and if you are trying to please uh, Durga or Parvati, some extent maybe she is feel happy or something, but not fully. But whoever takes shelter of Krishna, they will be protected, and she also ready to give the intelligence how you can reach, like Krishna and Maya, like brother and sister. She will give two ways the intelligence. Either if you want to serve Krishna, she will give the intelligence also, how you can approach a spiritual master, all these things. But if you want to enjoy without Krishna, she also show the way how you can go and spoil yourself. Hare Krishna, that I would like to share with you. Any comment or any question?
I heard one time the devotees of Shiva are always very rich, and Shiva is very, tapasya, and Krishna is very opulent, and devotees always like they don't have very much because Krishna take it away to bring it back.
Yeah. Yes, it's true. In Krishna also told that, look, my dear Shiva, many people are trying to approach me for their material desires. So take all these people with you and allow the people who are genuinely interested in me. So many who are really interested towards Krishna, they are not hankering behind these material possessions. But here Ashutosh, Lord Shiva, he will get anger and happiness very easily. That's why many people try to please Lord Shiva, because they are expecting the results very fast and temporary also. Whatever the benediction which is offered by Krishna, these are all everlasting. They stay like that. Is there any kingdom which is equal to Dhruvaloka? Then, so that type of Ravana also got the kingdom, but where it is now? Submerged in the ocean. So that is the difference. The benedictions which are offered by Krishna and Shiva. And as I mentioned that Chitrabhanu Maharaj, Kshine Punye Matchalokam Vishanti. So he stayed for millions of celestial years in the Kailasha. Once that Punya is completed, once again he came to the planet Earth and became king there. And he is trying to serve once again. But whoever Abrahma Bhavana Loka Punaravartinot whoever reached the Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna told that they will never come back. Mataji? Sorry, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Die wollten reich werden, da wären sie in diesem Fluss untergegangen von Mai. Das würde so ein bisschen leicht sein. Ohne Anhalt. Deswegen kriegt man alles weg, oder?
Yes. Out of only few people can handle Lakshmi, not all of them. For example, if Krishna gives you Lakshmi, possession, beauty, knowledge, all this, can you handle them? It is very difficult. So Krishna will choose to whom I should give, to whom I should not. That's why he gave to these all things to King Ambarish Maharaj. So he handled how to utilize those things. And in our movement also, Ambarish Maharaj, one head of the Ford company, he knows how to utilize that Lakshmi in the service of Krishna. So he constructed the TOVP. So that's Hare Krishna.
Question answer?